I apologize, YouTube. For those on speaker that didn't know what happened, on the Facebook stream, I had the wrong title, so I had to go on and put the correct title on. So we streaming again live. I apologize for that. I want to make sure I got the right labels on when I'm doing the stream, so there won't be no confusion in the future. Because as time goes on, other people gonna take over, and they might want to go back through the catalog and find some information. I want it to be on the proper date and proper time. You got to think future mindedly. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't always gonna be in my hand. I got my son in the kitchen. I got my nephew in the kitchen. I got a whole bunch of young people that's with me, and younger. You know what I'm saying? Younger people that's with me. Never know when one of them might need to take over, and I want them to be able to find what it is we're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Find whatever it is we're doing. So, all right, family. I'm opening up the lines. Call-in lines are open. Open. 614-556-4535. So I'm posting it up on all of the links. Let me make sure that it get posted up on, because for some strange reason, it won't post up on Facebook. I know I could post up through my Hootsuite on my line, but let me make sure it's posted up on my Spreaker as well. Drink water while we're doing it so we don't. All right. Okay. All right, cool. The live is up. That's beautiful. All right. Let's make sure Hootsuite is up. I know it'd be like, brother, I tell you don't have all this. Well, shit, I'm a one man. I'm doing on the show. I'm a one man army. I got to do it all. So, and I like sometimes it be pressed for time. But yesterday we had an excellent meeting. I learned some stuff about the drilling and getting the drill together. You know what I'm saying? And also had real good conversation because I kind of had to start over. Because what's going to start happening is we're getting new people in. So I have to kind of talk to the new people about why warrior training. You know what I'm saying? We have to take them all the way back and get into why we started what we doing. And at least getting some of the young people that have been around to kind of voice some of their ideas about some of that. So, call in 614-556-4535. Bow. All right, so it's posted up on Facebook. I'm about to post it up on my regular Facebook. On my way to see Taja Calloway, little baby, done moved down here. Uh-oh. So my nephew and my niece, my son and my niece. My son and my niece. My grandniece. God damn, I'm old. Hooking up. So, I'm about to send out energy on a daily basis to my little dude down there. Cause I kind of one of the reasons I really love the school is because I got a lot of family members up in the school and I get to look out for my people. And I feel a certain type of way when some of the young people are taken away and moved. I know stuff got to happen. I'm not 556-4535. I know everybody got to grow and everybody got to do their own thing. But, after doing some of the research that I do and seeing some of the stuff going on in the world, you understand what I'm saying? I be like, I feel safer with all my babies around me. You understand what I'm saying? Because, hell, I take what I do serious. And I've been blessed, and I've worked. Let me say that I'm blessed, and I worked to put myself in a position where I could be like a guardian over generations. You know what I'm saying? I got generations. I got grown people that pop up in the school that signing up their kids and look at me and be like, man, I used to come to one of your programs over such and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you here. You know what I'm saying? This is my son right here. This brother Hatim, blah blah blah. I say, well, I'm Mr. Brown here. You know, okay, you know, but we know, right? We know. You know, you got anything else going on? I'm like, yeah, we got you know, got warrior training going on. We got Millennium Warriors. We got Giami Warriors. We got Giami Journey Media. You know what I'm saying? We got Simba. We got Simpson. We got a whole bunch of stuff popping off. You know what I'm saying? If one don't taste right to you, then try another one, right? And we didn't have the martial arts yesterday, but we had a discussion where, you know, due to the questions, because it's kind of hard to structure what we do. We can have an agenda, but then this is where people get upset with me about, right? Because if something more important pops up than the agenda, I'm going to supersede the agenda. If one of my young people has a question or has issues, or even if one of the older people got it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think that we might need to kind of focus on the question that they ask, because the key piece for me is getting young people and getting those around me to start having discussion and asking questions that stump me. Do you understand? See, because if we talk about the mind is a weapon, right? The mind is a weapon. The way you sharpen that weapon is by asking questions and running into questions that you don't necessarily have the immediate answer for. If I set the agenda, I have the answer for everything that's there. What I want to allow is for the energy or the ashe of the moment to take, in some cases, take precedence and lead us down a path that maybe none of us expected. Where we all in the room can learn something new or learn to see something in a different variety. This is why I open up a part of the class to getting young people to talk about what they're watching as far as the anime. And I'm going to extend that from the anime because since there's young ladies in it, they might not be interested in anime. Maybe it might be something else that they watch on a regular basis. But the only thing that, like, because yesterday, one of the things I put on was a video about geometry and video making, using geometric shapes to elicit certain unconscious responses, right? How a skilled filmmaker can get a reaction from you without you even knowing why you feel like you feel, right? By just throwing up certain images and certain structures up. You know what I'm saying? So I said, when we watching the anime and when we watching TV, my goal is to change how you see that world. Because if we are saying that we are warriors and we understand that we are on the battlefield, then that means everything can be used as a weapon against us, or everything we can use as a weapon as well. So we have to start learning how to define stuff for ourselves. Look at the underlying message. If it's not good for us, throw it away. If we can salvage it, be able to at least bring our ideas out and use it. And even start creating our own images that we could do. And that's what, that's really what it's about. I say far as the nation builders that I work with, the warriors that I work with, is that I'm trying to make you symbol literate. Trying to get you to be symbol literate, family. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of folks that, it's like a lot of shit just shoot right over their heads. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're not symbol literate. And because they're not symbol literate, nothing else makes sense to them. A lot of stuff that you don't make sense to them because they don't understand. They can't see how symbolism all around them, how the symbolism of this white system is set against them, right? And how it's warring and it's trying to conquer your mind. And because you don't know no better, you just by not doing nothing, you are basically surrendering. You're surrendering, right? And So, one of the purposes I set out on is boom, shit. We will not surrender. We will not surrender. We're not just gonna fit into this stew that you're cooking. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we stand out ingredient, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Matter of fact, you take us out the stew, it don't exist. We that secret ingredient don't even know we the secret ingredient. We just think that we like, oh no, we will make this whole sauce of America, this whole stew of America stand out. But we don't realize that. And we allow other people to take advantage of that fact. So we was able to talk about the 9 areas of life, and we was able to talk about the why of nation building, and we also got some videos, we got some drill in. Didn't get no martial arts in. Martial arts do this, so it gave me a little bit more time to work on the drill. And the more I do it, the more that I'm starting to remember. Because with these groups, as I get older, I get more and more laxed, right? And a lot, because family. Ask some of those people that's 35 and over how we used to do it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm just a nice old dude. You know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, I was a lot more harsh. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for not that next me. I'm waiting for that next level of Giami to manifest in our crew, where somebody's gonna look at this and be like, "Damn, Jordan, okay, them the only moves y'all got." Boom. All right, this is what I do. Boom, boom, boom. Master that, and and we move on and we grow. See, because it's like my piece is develop these areas and allow people to come in that come in and shine. Don't just ride. Get in where you fit in. Get in and do what it is that you have mastered. Share that with the group. Share that with the collective. I saw a video this morning, a Vsauce video, where, and if you ain't got YouTube Red, you ain't gonna see it. It's called Minefield, where Vsauce, the founder of Vsauce, he does like little experiments and stuff like this. And one of the experiments he wanted to do was he wanted to create a neural network. Great day to you, Mr. Joe Berry. He wanted to do a neural network. And what he did was he created a neural network using human beings. So what he would do is he set up these rows of people on a football field, and he showed how a neural network works by not them talking to each other, but them throwing up flags, and the person at the end will be able to interpret what they see. So the front line acted as the retina to receive the image, and he would draw on a board and be able to break it down into pixels and give each individual pixel. And if they had something on their pixel, they would stand up. And then if they stood up, then the group behind them would knew which ones that they were supposed to stand up. So by the time the message traveled all the way through, the person all the way in the back would be able to interpret what number the dude up front wrote. It was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? But it showed me that how, in a sense, human beings are like brain cells. We're like neurons. Right? And it's like each neuron has to act in its capacity. And what we have certain neurons trying to be the whole goddamn brain, rather than just being a piece. Because the brain you can look at a brain as a singular object, but a brain is not a singular object. A brain is just like us as human beings. We're not just a single thing. We are a multiplicity of different things and different systems that work together perfectly. And when one part does not operate properly, it could throw the whole machinery off. And as human beings, we have to be able to get in where we fit in. We got to understand what type of cell in the thinking mechanism of our people we are, and be able to get in there. Because one of the things that I'm constantly noticing is that we constantly telling all our kids, oh, you got to be a leader. If everybody is leaders, see, because they're not thinking about it in the metaphorical. Yeah, in your life, but they're not thinking about it in the metaphorical, in the metaphorical terms. They're not thinking about it like that. See, because this is why a lot of black organizations can't work, because all these kids, their whole life, they've been told that they're leaders. They're leaders. So they don't have to listen to nobody until they absolutely need something and they need a job. And in order to get the job, they have to operate in a certain capacity. You see the backwardness there? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to working for someone else that might not even necessarily even look like us, in order for us to live, we got to operate in a certain modality in order to be able to make that money, right? But when it comes to us working together in order to achieve a higher state of life as a group, we can't do it, because we have all been told, you're a leader. Now, leaders rise. And leaders are, in a sense, a manifestation of the whole group. That's why they got groupthink. Like, for example, was an experiment. Close that door, please. There was an experiment on group intelligence where they would take a big jar, like one of these gallon jars of ambrosia, right? Half gallons, right? And fill it up with jelly beans. And they would have a group of 100 people come in and guess how many jelly beans was in there. Although most of them, if not all of them, got it wrong. Some of them was way too high, some of them was way too low, right? But when they looked at the collective responses and took the average, the group was within a 3% range. So as an individual, they was all the way wrong. But when they took a collective look at what that group saw, when they looked at it and they broke it down and they did the average number was within 3% of being correct. Which means that as a collective, we can be more intelligent if we just are clear on what it is we're supposed to be doing. So, that's part of what we do with the warrior training. Let me get my beard and to doing the toast. All right, family, let's get it. I'm going to kill this water. Let me put on my low music. Uh-oh. All right. No, this sprinkler ain't off again. All right, let's go and let's do. Let's do this while I drink my water. So I should have had my music going up under there, huh? I know, I messed up. So, all right, here we go. Let's get it. Get your water. Oh, snap. Cleveland! Real life here, GME Journey. Cleveland!
What?
Where's the book I told you to put up here? With the card. See, you be trying to do too much, man. Real life. All right, I need to announce, family, we are 3 days away from Kwanzaa. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, so I have the first prize. The first prize that will be presented on Kwanzaa. Now, the contest will not be active until the 25th, December 25th at 7 p.m. I will be sending out a mass text letting people know that in order to enroll into the contest, what you need to do, it will be a text message contest. The first prize will be a book by Dr. Mariba Kelsey, the Baba of the Tawi Family Village, Being Healthy and Wealthy, a process for African people. And on top of that, you will receive a $25 Walmart gift card. All you got to do is answer a question. So you get the gift card and you get a book from Elder Mariba Kelsey. This prize is sponsored by the Tawi Family Village. The first prize is sponsored by Tawi Family Village. I wonder who's going to win it. And I wonder if you can answer the question about Kwanzaa, because, it's going to be Kwanzaa 365. I will tell you where you'll get the link if you are on the black signal. If you are not on the black signal, all you got to do, listen to me, all you got to do is go to text GNJ to 77292. Once again, text GNJ to 77292. That will put you on the list, and I will be sending out all the information necessary, and we will be presenting it, because I will have my finalists, I will have my winner, I think by 6 p.m. on December 26th, or Emoja of Kwanzaa, and for us that will be Ujima. Wow. All right. Can't wait to see who wins. Good luck. Even though I don't believe in luck. I always say you have to be an Indian to it time to be a chief. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to move through the process, right? Because actually, when it comes down to it, leaders are chosen. How can I put it? In a traditional system, a leader is usually chosen by the people. You don't just be like, I'm a leader, and everybody's supposed to fall in line. No. Can you prove to the people that you're a leader? Can you do things that show and demonstrate your leadership? You understand what I'm saying? We got people just talking about, oh man, I'm a leader. Oh, okay. All right, I hear you. But what you leading? Lead myself. Okay, lead yourself out the room. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because if it's all about you, see, because that's what we be falling down for. It's not all about you. Well, in a sense, it is all about you. But it's a paradox there. It's about you, but at the same time, what's more important is about the group. But we have been brainwashed to think that it's all about us. And because it's all about us, that anything I do is all right. Right? Gina, why are you screaming like that? Gina! Why are you screaming like that? Real life here, Gianni Journey. I'm sorry. Gina G!
Huh?
Why are you screaming like that?
Sorry, I just wanted to scream all over.
Well, no, you don't. If it make you scream like that, you don't need to watch it. I'm just saying, anything that make you scream like that, you know what I'm saying? That scream is, you're gonna get people used to you screaming and yelling and stuff. So ain't nobody gonna respond to you when you really in need. Do you understand? So y'all need to stop watching. What y'all watching? Cleveland,
Yes.
what you watching and my daughter screaming like that? Excuse me.
Scary stuff.
What scary stuff?
Scary movie.
What is it called?
It's called Supercut.
What?
Supercut.
What's the rating on that?
It's on YouTube.
No, I don't want my kids watching. I don't want y'all watching that. Find something else. Hey, homie. Don't make me come down there. Did you hear me? I'm gonna have to sneak down there. We ain't gonna listen. Real life here, Gianni Journey. So let's go and toast these ancestors, family. You gotta learn before you lead. And a lot of people don't even get that. You know what I'm saying? We got adults telling people, you born a leader. Nah, dog. In what organization? In what group? Like all these people telling their kids that they leaders, right? But they wouldn't let them make no major decisions in their home. So I don't know why you expect them to come somewhere else and people allow them to make major decisions. I don't see the logic in that. It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It's literally asinine. It don't make no damn sense. Alright, here we go, family. We about to do this toast. Let me go and pull this up. Alright, here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose, call us Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that Creator and we say, Ashe. Hold on. Cleveland! Cleveland! Come hither. Excuse me.
Yes.
So
I turned it off.
Okay, why is she up here?
Because I told her I just told her to go upstairs. She don't want to watch it.
Well, if you turned it off, then,
turned it
excuse me. I want you to listen to it, because I'm on air. You just told me that you turned it off. But you told her to come up here if she didn't want to watch it. So which is it? Did you turn it off?
Yeah.
So it's turned off.
Yeah.
So if I creep down there on you, right, I'm not going to catch you watching this.
Yeah.
Say it.
You're not going to hit me watching.
Okay. So why she got to be up here?
She don't.
And she shouldn't have no problem with going anywhere in my house that I will allow her to go, right?
She shouldn't.
All right. Go downstairs if you want to go downstairs. All right, so here we go. Once again, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose, call it Creator. Lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to our list of our illustrious ancestors. And I get happy every time I get to this list because it took us a while to compile it. And now it's double-sided. So we call on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texan, Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Kristen Fanny Godson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Florida, Montague Pittman L, Normal X, and Pet Mont, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss. Why don't you get one of the tablets, Gina, if you ain't go downstairs? Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dick L. Pullen, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, close the door, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Gina, close the door, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Dolores Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kendi, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Daniel Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Elder Amitep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. Now, for those last three, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Jean, and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. I apologize to whoever gave me those lists because I had put this on the list and I never reprinted a new ancestor list. So I have been neglecting those ancestors, and I apologize to whoever ancestor. Well, they're my ancestors now, but along with the person that put them on the list, I apologize to the family member who put them on the list. I'll be more diligent in the future. William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Warren P. Finch as well, Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, as well as known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson. Sorry about that, fam. Got knocked off. It usually don't pop up like that. But I got a call. And it knocked me all the way off. So let me go back to where I was. Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donnie Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniels, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimbo Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, and Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Needy Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Arlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cofer, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. All right, we lift up our glass to those ancestors and we say Ashe. We ain't got no call in, so we gonna get through this. All right, family, here we go. Right now, we are on the day of Imani, activating those reticular formation. We're looking for our principle out here today. For those that don't speak the language, Imani means faith. The Imani principle today is harmony. In the M7, we use the word trust. The color is red, as you can see. Gender. Gender is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwesi. Female name is Akosua. Akosua. Okay. Kwame is probably on here having a conniption. So let's see. I'm working on that right now. I just washed out the buckets. I got to let it sit because some people said they want it with ginger. So I have to go and get the ginger together, and I got some batches that will be ready by Kwanzaa. Should be by Kwanzaa. We a couple of days out. Yep. I need to let them sit. So all right. So we lift up the glass to this present moment. We say Ashe because everything we do is done in the present moment. Our power is in the present moment. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family. We toast our children's children on to infinity, family. That's what we do. We lift up our glass and we salute them, right? Knowing that everything we do, right, they will inherit. So if you're doing nothing, guess what the inheritance will be? Lift up our glass, we say Ashe. Where we go from there? Well, where we go from there is we move to all of our relations. We toast and we say Ashe. Here, family, this is your toast. This for you. What is it that you need? What is it special you want to toast for? Let's just do it like that. What do you need? What do you want to toast for? Lift up that glass. And we say Ashe. Last but not least, family, check it out. Here we go. And this is the golden one. I toast the most mighty, most powerful, the most inspiring, uplifted individual in the room. And that just happened to be your beautiful self. So I lift up my glass to you. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Man! Woo! Yeah. I've been aging this one for a while. This batch right here, for mature palates only. Expert, ambrosia drinkers. Good God Almighty. Opening me up. All right, family, listen. I'm not gonna hold y'all up anymore. I thank y'all for taking the time to tune in. Make sure that you with us for Kwanzaa, right? Be checking in. Remember, we got the first prize. The first prize going out is a book by Dr. Marie Kelsey, Being Healthy and Wealthy, A Process for African People. We have the book that's going out. That's Dr. Kelsey right there, right? We got the book going out as well as a Walmart family. Now, this prize is sponsored by the Tawi Family Village, and I will be sending out. It will go live on December with the instructions on how to get involved. All you gotta do is text. When I say text, straight to the number that you received my initial text from. After that, a question will be sent out to you. If you answer the question correctly, you will be entered into a pool of people who have answered the question correctly, and randomly, the winner will be picked, and I will receive the email. Let me know who won at the Kwanzaa that night. I may set up the second one. I'm gonna start working on those. I still got to get some prizes. See what we're gonna do. See what we can do. See how we can mix it up. All right.